This is Anthony Smith from A-Train Sports Talk Podcast, and you're listening to Adam and Nick on Cheering from the Cheap Seats.
What's up, fellow cheap seaters? I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam.
And this is our third episode of Cheering from the Cheap Seats. Woo!
Woo woo.
That's it. You might need to be a little bit louder. Put some more emphasis into it. Excitement.
How about a Ric Flair? Woo!
Better. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, guys, this is episode 3. That's 003. 3.
Trace,
yes, for all you Spanish speakers out there. Trois, if you're French. That's about where all my knowledge of other languages go to. What's 3 in Canadian?
I think there's 3.
Okay.
I don't know. 3A?
3A?
I'm sorry to any Canadian listeners, if there are any.
Well, now they can let us know what 3 is.
Yeah.
3A.
It probably depends on what territory they are. Are they like British Columbia, or are they like French Canadian?
That's true. So
you know,
there's probably a couple of them that go Trois too. Yeah. Hello, Canada. Yeah. So with this is episode 3, we're excited to bring it to you. So I know, or this is our second review episode, right? Second. We did the Disco Turkeys, our first episode.
And, then we did our top 5 baseball bucket stadium list.
Of doom. This is our third episode, our second review. And I know on our last episode we said that we would be reviewing the Winston-Salem Dash, but Adam and I actually had a opportunity to go to the Carolina Panthers Fan Fest this past Friday, right? I'm getting the day right?
Yeah, it was Friday. Yep. I had some family say they had some tickets that wasn't able to go, and offered them to me. So appreciate, you know who you are if you're listening. So thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. But yeah, so we had that opportunity, couldn't pass it up. So we thought, that would make for a good review episode. I know it's not technically, we didn't technically go to a game, but I mean, it's technically an event, technically a stadium.
Professional football stadium. So
yeah, we ate there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that pretty much covers all the bases that we covered on our other review episode. So we thought it'd be kind of fun to review that. But I guess before we get into our review, is there anything you'd like to cover in the wide world of sports?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Cheap Seats News. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Hey, you better be careful with that. We don't want Sports Center or ESPN, sending us a bill for using that for using that song.
Apologies. All credits to ESPN and Sports Center.
I don't want to get that letter.
I mean, well, I guess it'd be Disney technically.
Oh no! I don't want the mouse after me. Oh, okay. Anyways.
Oh boy.
You're sued.
This is off the rails fast.
Yeah, I, if you were expecting something else listening to this third episode, we're very sorry. We're very, very sorry. Anywho, let's veer back into the sports world. we won't have any commentary on Disney at the moment, so
stay tuned for our Disney Plus podcast.
Yeah, okay, sure. Anyways, I guess the big thing that happened this past weekend in the wide world of sports was the 2021. Well, hello there.
It's a Facebook notification that you tagged me in.
Oh, it's 5:00. Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, Facebook. Yeah, I guess the big thing that happened this past weekend, this past weekend of this recording, is the 2021 NFL Hall of Fame enshrinement. And make sure I'm getting all the names right. So I guess the big name for this assignment was Peyton Manning. He went in, very well deserved.
Yeah, you may have heard of him. I think
Yeah, if you haven't, open a book, read a book, watch a highlight reel.
Yeah,
for all you youngsters out there.
Put on NFL Network and you'll see him probably within either him or Tom Brady within like 30 minutes.
Yeah, the only difference is Peyton isn't around anymore. Tom Brady's still around. He's like 64 right now. He's still playing football. So
Just a robot.
Yeah,
just an android.
The Bradennator. But yeah, so Peyton was the big name. I mean, do you really need to say anything else about Peyton going into the Hall? I mean,
no,
it's very well deserved.
I need to go back and watch his speech. I heard it was pretty good. So
yeah, I heard it was really good too. Yeah.
I completely forgot it was going on. I mean, I should have thought about it because the Hall of Fame game was Thursday. So
I didn't watch any of that game either.
That's the preseason to the preseason.
It is. Yeah, so Peyton was the big name. And then you had Calvin Johnson, Megatron, who...
Was this the first year, his first ballot for him?
Yes. I want to say yes. Like, I can't remember when he retired. But, like, when it comes to receivers, like, it's really hard for me to... Because... Like, people were talking on Facebook, like, there's so many other receivers that still need to make it to the Hall of Fame. So, like, I look at Calvin Johnson and I'm like, yeah, he had a really good career, but it's like, do we really put him in on the first ballot? Because I put Torrey Holt, who is not in the Hall of Fame, over Calvin Johnson right now. Like, I mean, yeah, think about it. Torrey Holt was the second half of the Greatest Show on Turf for the Rams. So to not have him in there is kind of criminal.
Yeah, I agree.
So, to me, I think Torrey Holt should have gotten in at least before.
Yeah, and it's tough when a great player is on a crappy team. Like, did the Lions have any... Were they in the playoffs much while he was there? I mean,
no, because I think that was the whole reason why he retired early. It's the same thing with Barry Sanders. That's the whole reason why part of the reason he retired early is because they didn't really do a whole lot to surround him with a bunch of talent. So he's like, I'll just take my ball and go home.
Yeah, I mean, not taken away from his achievements at all. But
no, dude was a beast.
I feel like that probably has some effect on how some people probably view him, their team. They never got to see him in the playoffs or whatever. I mean,
yeah. Well, see, and I was looking too, and other than Torrey Holt, the other big name wide receiver that is not in the Hall of Fame that kind of jumps out to me is Reggie Wayne. Speaking of Peyton,
yep.
I mean, yes, Peyton was your quarterback for him. I don't know if he was quarterback. If those two were a combo through their Reggie Wayne's whole career, because I mean Peyton went to the Broncos for a couple seasons, but
I just don't count.
Yeah,
got stomped by the Seahawks, and then
he did win a Super Bowl with the Broncos though. The defense,
his defense won that Super Bowl. We don't talk about that because it's the Panthers lost.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't talk about it,
and I don't want to remember Cam just fumbling and just staring at it.
Yeah.
Just wipe it from your memory.
You're the Panthers fan. So Reggie Wayne's the other big one that pops out at me. I mean, it's like, even if Peyton was your quarterback, like, he just put up monster numbers, it seems like, every year. So to sit there and be like, we got Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne kind of over Calvin Johnson, it's like, or Reggie Wayne and Torrey Holt not in the Hall of Fame when Calvin Johnson gets on, just like that. It's like, well, because I mean, you gotta look at it too. Like, your boy Steve Smith is eligible next year.
Yep, and I'm already campaigning for him to be a first ballot.
I would love to see it. I mean,
I kind of doubt it though, but he'll be in at some point.
It goes back, and too, like I think part of the reason why some of these receivers aren't in is because the NFL Hall of Fame limits the number of people that they allow to the Hall of Fame at one time. Yeah. So I think that kind of leaves off some of these.
Which I get, because the Hall of Fame should be a big deal.
Yeah,
like
no doubt.
If just 10, 15 people could make it in every year, then like you'd run out of names quick. Like go back to wrestling. It seems like they're inducting like 20 people in every year. It's like
and how many people? How many of them were? I mean, like who deserved it out of that?
And it's like, okay, so you got DX going in, and like Shawn Michaels is already in, so he's in twice now. Like, whatever.
Yeah. And then you got Coco Beware, who's Coco Beware, and you're like, why is he in the Hall of Fame? So,
yeah.
But yeah, so I don't want to. I mean, I do want to start a debate, but like if I'm not taking anything away from Calvin Johnson. I think he definitely deserves it, but like if you're going to leave out all these other wide receivers who have been waiting years to get it that I think deserve it, then he shouldn't be getting in, really quickly. You should allow those other ones in first before getting to his name.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
Yeah. Should write a letter to all these sports writers that get to vote on all this stuff.
Don't get me started on the sports writers. I guess the only other big name, well, John Lynch, who he led the Buccaneers. Like I remember him for leading the Buccaneers to their Super Bowl in 2002.
Yeah.
Safety. It's one of those that I don't really feel like. Yeah, he was known as like this big hard hitter. But I don't know if he's one of those that I'm like, did he really have Hall of Fame numbers? I mean, somebody at me and tell me, his Hall of Fame numbers, but he's one of those I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about that.
It's a little out of your realm.
Well, I mean, I watched that Super Bowl when they won.
Yeah.
Against the Raiders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was John Gruden going back to beating his old team.
Yeah.
So, and then John Lynch is also the GM of the 49ers nowadays.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. Once again, let me know if I'm wrong. So yeah, and then I guess the other like big name was Charles Woodson, who played for the Packers and Raiders. Actually, it was the other way around. If you want to go in order of which teams he played for, it's the Raiders and the Packers. But he was like major shutdown cornerback.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like he deserved it.
Oh yeah,
like
sure.
in this class, anyways, he definitely deserved it. But
and I know the other names that I've heard was Bill Cowher. Did he get inducted? I think.
Yes, I do believe.
Yeah, I
feel like
I heard there was a few Steelers, but
yes, Alan Faneca, who I think was offensive lineman.
Okay, yeah.
It's I mean I don't quote me on that. I know that name. I know he was a Steeler. I think I wanted to say he was an offensive lineman, like with their most recent good teams.
But yeah, Cowher, he definitely deserved it. I don't know if it's his first ballot or not, but I was always hoping he would come out of retirement and coach the Panthers because he always kind of had a connection there.
That would have been nice.
Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he lived in Raleigh or he had some children that I think went to school at State maybe. It was something.
Yeah, he has some kind of State connection. NC State. Yeah.
So I always was hoping that he would come out of retirement and coach Panthers, but didn't happen. So great coach.
No doubt. I would have loved to see him come to Carolina and coach the Panthers.
Did Palomalu get in too? I thought I saw something about
That's
him.
right. Guys, I'm completely sorry. I forgot that they combined the 2020 and 2021 class because apparently, I guess Saturday night was the 2020 class and the 2021 was Sunday night was the 2021 class. So yes, Palomalu did get in.
Okay, but he was technically last year's.
Yes,
Okay.
they just didn't do it last year because
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, 2020 was Palomalu and Cowher and Edgerrin James.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
I mean, Edgerrin James is one of those. I'm like, yeah, he put up some good numbers, but was he really Hall of Fame worthy? I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I just don't know enough about his stats to to be like, yeah, he's Hall of Fame worthy, but he's one of those. And two, maybe I'm just looking at his like later career when he didn't do anything with the Cardinals. So, but I just feel like he was way overshadowed by Peyton and Reggie Wayne and all the other guys on the Colts when he played for the Colts. Like, I'm just like, did he really put up enough good numbers as a running back on those offenses to be Hall of Fame worthy? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I mean, you guys can fuss at me if you want to, but whatever.
Yeah, we could get into the what everybody likes to debate towards the end of football season, and does so and so a Hall of Fame caliber player?
Yeah.
Like, whenever somebody says, "Oh, I'm done," he's like, "Okay." Then you got everybody saying, "Oh, he's a Hall of Famer." No, he's not. You know, Phillip Rivers is a big one. It was last year. It's like, is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Famer?
I don't know if he put up enough stats. Like I think Phillip Rivers' problem is he didn't win enough like big games. Like he didn't go to the playoffs that often as a player. So I don't know.
He's got enough kids. Does that count? He leads the league in number of kids.
Yes.
I don't know.
Claimed kids.
All right, but we won't get into that debate. It's just funny to hear all the stuff that happens. You're like, as soon as somebody says they're retiring, you know.
Yeah. It's also funny to hear that Phillip Rivers has 9 kids, but we'll stay out of that too. But yeah, so that's our take on the NFL. Like, I completely forgot that they did both the 2020 and 2021 Hall of Fame this year. So like,
did you watch any of the Hall of Fame game?
No, I forgot.
I didn't either.
Forgot about
I
it.
planned on it just so I could have it on my TV and I could, just get my eyeballs ready for it to be on the screen and see what kind of annoying score ticker Fox decides to try to introduce this year. But I didn't. I just saw that the Cowboys kind of got stomped by the Steelers, so take that for what you will.
Good job, Dak.
I don't even think him or Roethlisberger suited up.
Still, good job, Dak.
Yeah. So, but other NFL training camps going on. I hear a bit of news, here and there, but it's always fun to hear your typical quotes like, "Oh, this is best shape of my life season," and the best one the other week was I don't know what player it was. I have both bulked up and slimmed down. That's the ultimate.
I never thought I'd hear those two phrases in the same sentence.
That's the ultimate best shape of my life quote.
No doubt. More power to him. Yeah, so I mean, speaking of training camp, that's what we'll get into later. Like, we're literally going to get into training camp.
Yeah.
So.
I'm waiting on, it always is bad. It's almost a bad omen to talk about, but like, it's going to happen. Which team is going to have a player? Is going to be the first one to have a season-ending injury before the season starts.
There was one big player that just got hurt recently, and I don't remember who it was. I don't think he's out for the year, but I think he's out for at least. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is hurt again. Yeah. Notice I said big player, but I said Carson Wentz. Sorry, Colts fans. Yeah, he's not an Eagle anymore. I almost said Eagles, but he's not an Eagle anymore. He's a Colt. So, congratulations. Good job, Colts. Way to pay that man some money just to be hurt.
Yeah. I'm going to say, I don't know why, but I'm leaning towards the 49ers are going to be the team to have the first season-ending injury. I don't wish it on them.
Why the 49ers?
I don't know. Maybe it's just Garoppolo. It seems like he's always getting hurt in like the first few weeks of the season, or I'm just feeling something like the 49ers. They're gonna, I don't know what player. It'll be a wide receiver or a running back or a linebacker or something.
That's true.
We'll see.
I feel like Garoppolo's been hurt quite a bit the last couple of years.
Again, I don't wish it on him, but if it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna make a prediction, I'm gonna say it's the 49ers.
Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna drive me crazy. I'm a figure it out right at the end of the episode and be like, aha, I remember now. But Carson Wentz is the one that I do remember. So yeah, he's hurt. But yeah, so That's the only one I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, well, we got preseason starting, and I'll watch a few minutes here and there. But
Yeah, my Washington football team plays their first game Thursday night against New England.
Mm-hmm.
So yippee!
Yeah.
Woohoo! Fitz magic, baby.
The best part of training camp is Hard Knocks to me, because I'll watch it.
I never watched Hard Knocks.
Oh, you need to watch it. Even though it is the Cowboys this year,
I'm good.
but Jerry Jones is just gonna he's just gonna try to be in every scene, because he's just like loves just all the attention, the media.
I'm sure he's having, just excitement shakes, knowing that all eyes are on his team. So, I mean,
but yeah, no, I'll watch it. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, so that's really all going on in the NFL. Did you watch any Olympics? I know you said you didn't watch a whole lot.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably watched like 7 minutes total of any Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Like I watched a little bit of rowing, and a little bit of gymnastics, and a little bit of volleyball, and that was it.
Beach volleyball or regular volleyball?
Beach volleyball.
Okay, that's the good one. Nah, they're both fun, but I like beach volleyball.
I'm sure you do.
Come on.
Did you watch it with or without Kelsey there?
With.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
hey.
just men's and women's volleyball. Like,
ooh, congratulations.
Jeez. Anyways,
I threw you off a little bit. I'm sorry.
No.
Once again, let's steer back onto the course.
Anyways, yeah, no, I watched a pretty good bit. A lot of the swimming. I mean, Michael Phelps is retired, so you don't have him to watch anymore.
Yeah.
The big story, everybody's probably heard of Simone Biles in the gymnastics team, who she's like the top ranked gymnast in the world.
Yep.
Dropping out of she only competed in like one competition. I mean, she did the first few routines in the team competition before dropping out.
Yep.
But like everybody was giving her, some people were giving her crap for dropping out, like, oh, she quit on her team. Other people were, supporting her, which I think I align more on the side of support, because
we as just normal people don't know how much scrutiny some of these athletes go under. I mean, I don't think I necessarily call her heroic like some people were saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like she should be commended for, if she was not in the right mindset or was having trouble with people criticizing her and stuff like that, then sure. If you're not in the right mindset to compete, then do what you have to do, and if you feel like you have to drop out, then drop out.
Yeah, I mean, like, and saying she quit on her team, but like she probably gave her team a better chance of winning because she was not. I don't know all about gymnastics, but it's something they go through. Like, she was losing herself in the air, and like she could seriously hurt herself.
Yeah.
If she lands wrong. So,
well, and for what I've read and heard, like, her team fully supported her. Now, if they were coming out and being like, "Yeah, she never should have dropped out. She completely screwed us up by dropping out," then maybe you could look at it a little bit differently. But her team fully supported her in the fact that they felt like she was justified in dropping out, not being in the right mindset. So, just leave that girl alone.
Yeah, I mean, just let her do her. I mean, you never know what's going on in somebody's head.
No.
So mental, everybody take care of your mental health.
Exactly. Even Olympians, like, just because you're a world class athlete doesn't mean that you don't have mental problems. So, it's crazy. Like,
and I know. Congratulations to the. We did have an American win the all-around competition in that one. Suni Lee, I think, is her name. So,
that sounds right.
So it opened the doorway for her to win, because
no doubt.
If Simone was on top of her game, like, she probably would have had that spot. But and then I didn't watch much. I mean, saw I didn't see any of the men's basketball. I know they won the gold.
They
Didn't they?
did win the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. They beat France.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
was what the same team they lost to, and
No, they started off losing like a couple games, I think.
yeah, and
So-
I'm pretty sure France was one of those games.
Mhm.
Like they lost to France in the group stage or
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, so it was good to come back and beat them.
Yep. So, and I know the women's basketball team won gold. So for like the 7th straight
Yeah,
Olympics or whatever.
I know the men's baseball team lost to Japan.
Oh, I forgot baseball was back.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, like so Japan took home the gold in baseball, and we took home the silver.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, when it comes to baseball, it's like it's either going to be. I mean, no offense to anybody else in the world, but I always feel like it's going to be us or it's going to be Japan.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Mhm.
congratulations to the Japanese.
Yep. But I think that's all I got for Olympics, really. I mean, I feel like this. It's hard to get really excited about this
Mhm.
Olympics. I mean, yeah, I watched plenty of it, but it just, I don't know if it was because it was supposed to be last year and it got postponed a year, and I don't know. I just think it went back in London or where was the last one? Rio. Even I was all
Yeah.
about watching the Rio Olympics, but
I think a problem too is like it's like I might have talked about this in one of the other episodes, but like I feel like it's really hard to get into any kind of sports when there's no fans involved.
yeah, oh yeah, that's
Like
true.
it just makes for it kind of makes for a boring viewing.
Mm-hmm.
Like even on TV, it feels like the fans are just make the whole thing too. So
right.
I don't know, I feel like that was part of the problem for me. Like it was like, well, there's no fans this year, so it's gonna be different. Like
Yeah.
like last year when they announced there's gonna be no fans for baseball. Like I'm like, I don't think I watched hardly any baseball last year. So it's like I don't know. For me, I guess it's the fans. Like if there's
Yeah.
no fans on anything, then it's like, oh, well, I'm not that interested then.
Yeah,
So
it does make a difference. Like going back, always go back to wrestling. Tie everything back to wrestling. Like I saw a clip of from Raw last week, and because they'd been doing their Thunderdome stuff where it's all video screens,
Yep.
which it's just not the same.
it's not.
I saw the highlight from Raw last week, and it was packed house, and it felt like it just looked right.
Oh, no
it
doubt.
felt right.
Yeah.
The energy, and it made me actually want to watch, consider watching again. I'm not there yet because that's 3 hours out of my week just watching Raw.
Well, not only
So-
that, but I think nowadays
So-
Raw is considered the worst programming
Yeah.
throughout the week. So,
So-
we might actually have to sit down one Monday and just watch an episode of Raw and just see if it's as horrible as people are saying.
Yeah,
it
well,
is.
SmackDown is easier because it's just a crisp, like 2 hours
on a
done.
Friday.
Yeah, but I'll probably have to get into it leading up to the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
know,
no
so
doubt,
I
no
can
doubt,
kind of know
yeah.
what's going on. But anyway, yeah, the fans is just so much better.
Oh, that's
atmosphere.
what I'm saying. Like it just fans make everything so much better. Like I mean, it's just you wouldn't think that it would matter, watching it on TV, but I mean, when you're missing, the cutaways to fans and I mean, even on TV, when you got packed stadiums, you hear the fans cheering.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing better than just hearing the fans cheering, not that that pumped in crowd noise crap and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. I think that was part of the reason why I just was not interested in Olympics this year,
Yeah.
because there was just no fans whatsoever. So
Yeah, I get it. Well, hopefully in next year we'll have the Winter Olympics. It should be better,
I don't
So-
even where are the Winter Olympics next year?
I want to say Beijing.
That sounds right. So
So
don't quote us on that.
yeah, I think it's Beijing, and then the summer is in 26. I don't know. I know it's gonna be in LA soon. I don't know if it's 26 or the one after that, but the summer is gonna be in LA coming up.
So yeah, the next year's Winter Olympics are in Beijing. Good job, proud of you.
Ding ding.
Yeah, that should be fun. And let's see. Next Summer Olympics. They'll be in Paris.
Okay, so Paris, and then the 4 years after that it will be
Yeah, probably.
LA.
Yeah, that sounds right. We won't keep going through the whole.
No,
whole cycle.
that's it.
I was-
I just knew it was in the U.S. at some point coming up.
Yeah, 2028.
So anyway, enough Olympics talk. So now, my big story personally is I got to come back to soccer.
Sorry, guys.
I promise you, football, NFL is my favorite sport, but there's just been big news going on in the soccer world
for about a month now or so. Yeah.
So I know we've talked a lot about Messi, Lionel Messi, my favorite soccer player, probably considered by many the GOAT. Great, it's either him or Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So he said he got a new contract last time podcast we did. I think he got a new contract, and he took a pay cut or whatever to stay with the team.
Actually, I think the last time we recorded I don't think he had accepted anything yet.
Okay.
He was looking. They were looking at signing him to like a 2-year, 3-year contract. So,
but I think he was going to.
Yeah.
So, breaking news last week sometime is that they had agreed to it, but then that same day, the league, La Liga, that Barcelona plays for, they were not going to let them pay him his contract. So my understanding is that team is in such bad debt, like $1 billion of debt, U.S. dollars. I don't know what it is in euros or pounds or whatever, but they're in such bad debt that the league is kind of enforcing a salary cap, which you normally don't have in soccer. That they're not going to let him pay him that contract, even though he took a pay cut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. Like, to me, that makes a little bit of sense. Like, if you're $1 billion in debt, then you need to figure some stuff out before you worry about.
So I don't even know who to put the blame on. Do you put the blame on Barcelona or
both?
The league?
Both.
Yeah,
both. Because I mean, I get your point of La Liga's letting their biggest star just leave, by not allowing the team to pay him. But like I said, if your team is $1 billion, we're talking about $1 billion with a B, not millions, billions.
Yeah.
If you're $1 billion in debt, that's your own hole that you dug yourself.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy because that league, you've got two teams, Barcelona and Madrid.
Yeah,
Madrid is. People have stopped watching once Ronaldo left.
Oh, no doubt.
Madrid,
no doubt.
To, wherever, Juventus, up to Italy or wherever, and you're going to have Messi leave too. So your two biggest stars in the world
are gone
now.
Yeah,
and I can't imagine how many people are going to just not watch because those two alone were probably the large majority of your revenue coming in.
There's no doubt that those two were your biggest revenue. Right. So I mean,
but it really sucks just because when he left, he should have had a proper farewell. Like, you knew it was going to be his last season. He could play, have a proper send off, but now it ends like this. And I saw a little bit of the press conference Sunday morning. He was in tears. He said, so 2 years ago, he wanted to leave the team after they lost a Champions League game or something. But they worked it out. They brought him back. So then after the last season, he wanted to stay. They brought in his teammate, his Argentinian teammate and good friend, and now he can't stay. So
yeah, it's a pretty ridiculous situation, and I feel for Messi. I mean, he's still making a gajillion dollars, but he was willing to actually take a pay cut to want to stay with the team that he's been with. When did you say that he started playing for him?
I want to say they brought him into the organization when he was 14, into their academy. He had a hormone deficiency, so he wasn't growing. He's short, so they paid for him and his dad to move out there to Spain and play for the academy, and then he's pretty much been there, like since he was like 14 or 15 years old, and it's just crazy. I feel for him and I feel for the fans, and it's just a horrible situation. But I'll support him. I'll watch, when I can. I don't know if he even get the channel for French league games, but he's going to be going to PSG. It sounds like,
which is what, Paris Saint-Germain.
So, yeah, playing with Neymar and Mbappe, and I don't know. It's going to be a stacked team. So.
Well, I mean, at least he's going to a team that, has some players surrounding him. Maybe he can succeed with them too. So, but it's a very crazy situation. I mean, he was willing to take pay cuts, and they still just couldn't figure it out. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you just see that in the sports world sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
but anyways,
I guess the only other thing that just thought we'd mention is for all you baseball fans, MLB fans, they're doing their Field of Dreams game in Iowa this Thursday, whenever the 12th is. So August 12th, should I say? Let me emphasize that. Which by the time this episode comes out will be past, but hopefully you guys will be able to sit down and watch the Field of Dreams game.
Yep. Yeah. So. You're listening to this on Friday. The game has just happened on Thursday.
Yeah, sorry.
The White Sox have beaten the Yankees.
Oh, you're predicting that, huh?
Oh no, this is in the past. So this game already happened.
Oh, okay.
So suspend disbelief. So the White Sox beat the Yankees.
What was the score?
It was 7-5.
Oh, you're going 7-5? Okay.
Yeah, with a walk-off something.
Walk-off something?
I
think you need to emphasize that a little bit more.
Walk-off home run.
Walk-off two-run home run by Abreu.
There you go.
That's what I'm going with. Off of Chapman.
Yep. If that didn't happen, then you're living in an alternate timeline.
Oh wait, we're gonna get sued for that too. Gosh darn it! Darn it!
Enough with the copyrighted.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at making my own music. I can't think of anything that would fit that. But so yeah, I mean it's. I mean, I think it's gonna be a fun game. I mean, they literally built this ballpark just for this game.
Yeah. Which I really hope, because they built this ballpark, that they make this an annual thing.
Oh, I would love that.
And just rotate the teams that get to play in this game. So that'd be just a cool annual thing they do.
I would even be cool if they did like minor league teams playing there every once in a while too. I mean, at least get some use out of the stadium. Which, I mean, it's not a very big stadium. I think it's 8,000 seated fans.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a really cool, cool game.
To set my calendar, make sure to watch that one. I haven't watched much baseball, unfortunately. Once Acuna got hurt, I haven't watched much Braves game.
Well, we should. Well, I mean, you guys start watching them. They actually have a winning record at the moment.
I know. It took how many games to get above 500?
Over 100 at least. But so yeah, and for those who haven't seen the uniforms, like they're going very retro with the uniforms. This game, and they're very, very sexy.
Yeah, I like the White Sox better than
of course. Well,
the Yankees.
You're also a Yankees hater, so yes.
I'm not a Yank.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I guess so, but
I'm a Yankees hater too. Certified Yankees hater. Hashtag Yankees hate.
You want me to say the Hankies hater?
Well, that just lets people know. I mean, that just kind of it's a little code for it.
I could have let you just go on by that one. I had to call it out.
As soon as I thought, I'm like, let me just, you know what? Shh. Don't make fun of me.
Anyway,
we worked 8 hours in the heat today. My brain's a little fried.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Anyway,
hanky shader.
Before I know we were going to mention this probably at least at the end, but did you want to mention the fantasy football now, or just wait until then?
Oh, we got another notification.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, darn it.
It's Facebook, but it's
Hi, Facebook again.
whatever. Hi, hey you guys. This is a silly episode. I love it.
Once again, we worked 8 hours in the heat. Our brain's a little
This
fried.
is what you get.
But yeah, no, we can go and we can go ahead and mention it now. I guess until we can plug it again at the end.
Yeah.
Just but before we get into our review, we want to let you guys know that we are doing a fantasy football league this year. So if any of you are interested, we're playing through Yahoo, and at the moment we have set up a 12-man league, and we do head-to-head. What's it considered? Head-to-head points? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the standard for football, at
Okay.
least.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we kind of merged our league from our typical league from last year. I mean, they're also listeners, so it's so we've got like 7 right now.
I think when I looked, it was 6.
Okay,
So
6.
so we're half full at the moment.
So we got about 6 spots left.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like fantasy football, I love it. This is one of the reasons I look forward to football season every year.
Oh, no doubt. And I took we talked about my interest in sports kind of waned last year because of COVID and non-fans and last year. So I took fantasy football off this year, but I'm very excited to get back and playing and just to see who can get hurt on my team this year. That's always what seems to happen.
There's always the one.
And it's always me.
Your first round draft pick gets hurt
every year. But so yeah, I mean, we already have it up on our Facebook page, and I will send the link out to all our other social media. So that way, whoever's interested can sign up. I mean, it's first come, first serve. We're not gonna hold any spots for anybody. Sorry.
Most important, it's free. So we don't play for
it's
money.
Free,
like we're broke, so we don't play for money. We play for just the enjoyment of playing and bragging rights.
Well, I will say this: this will be the first year that, because we merged our 2 leagues, this will be the first year that we're doing it with our listeners, that I'm going to try to find some way to come up with some kind of prize.
Okay.
I thought it'd be kind of fun, maybe garner some more interest from you guys and whatnot. So, I mean, I can't promise it'll be, this big fancy prize, but we will definitely try to.
No title belts.
I know. Oh my gosh, we need to get one so bad. Yeah. But at least some kind of prize for the winner, and so.
So if you've played before and want to play with us, come on. If you've never played and wanted to give it a try,
no doubt. We have one of the guys from work that's never played a game of fantasy football in his life and decided he wanted to play with us this year. So we got noobs playing this year too.
And he's excited. He's into it. He's asking questions and stuff. So we welcome anybody. So
yep. So yeah, like I said, it is first come, first serve. So whenever I send out the link, it's the first 6 that get into our Yahoo League and sign up for it. Yeah. That will hold your spot. Yep. So, but yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Very good.
This year.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So anyway, you ready to get into the meat? We're already 43 minutes in.
Well, so much for half an hour.
I know. Got a little long-winded there. That's okay.
Yeah. If you guys are still here, congratulations. You made it to the
main topic.
The main event. But so we'll get into our review of the Carolina Panthers Fan Fest. Did I go last time or did you go last time?
I think I went first last time.
What do you want to keep that going, or you want to?
No, you can go first. You can go first this time.
Okay.
With whatever category.
All right. So just a reminder, for those that either haven't listened to our first episode or may have forgotten. So we're gonna, at any event that we go to, any game that we go to, what we're going to do is we're going to sit there and review it on 4 different categories, and we're going to review it on aesthetic of the stadium, atmosphere. I can't really say game day atmosphere for this because there wasn't really game day atmosphere because there wasn't really a game. Mm-hmm. But so it's going to be atmosphere, the food at the stadium, and then the surrounding area, which, people were like, well, why are you going to review that? Man, I feel like it's just as important sometimes to know after you go to a game, before you go to a game, what's around that you might want to enjoy yourself with. So what we're going to do is we will review it any number 1 through 10. So, well, I say any number, but we're not going to go
half numbers.
Yeah, in any half number 1 through 10. So anything we review could be a 7.5 or 8.5. It's just not going to be anything random like a 9.2 or a 3.7. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's pretty much how we're going to do this. And I guess start with aesthetic.
There you go.
Okay. So for those that don't know, Fan Fest was held at the Carolina Panthers Stadium, which is Bank of America Stadium in downtown Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina, for those that don't know.
I think they're weird. They call it Uptown Charlotte.
Downtown, uptown. Uptown funky.
We have downtown Winston, but I think they call it Uptown.
Uptown girl.
Uptown, downtown, wherever.
It's in Charlotte.
In Charlotte. That's all that matters.
So, yes. Gosh dang, you threw me off.
Sorry.
Yeah, so aesthetic of Bank of America Stadium. I mean, Bank of America Stadium is it's a pretty decent looking stadium. I mean, I don't really feel like there's a whole lot that jumps out to me when it comes to like views or stuff like that. But like, I mean, there's some nice looking things. Like they just inserted new turf into the field.
Yeah,
and I feel like it actually looked pretty nice.
Yeah,
what they were playing on.
Like greener, I guess. I mean, it's artificial. So
yeah, and then I like the panther eyes that go around. Like those are pretty cool. Yeah. And then they have the giant panthers outside the stadium for the entrances. So those are really cool to walk up to. But
don't forget I think I got a Sam Mills statue out there too.
Did they?
Somewhere? Yeah.
It was rain. Well, we got there late, and then it was raining when we were leaving, so we really didn't get to spend a whole lot of time outside the stadium. So.
Yeah. I don't know if it's at every side, but I know there's at least one entrance that they got Sam Mills out there.
Okay, that's pretty cool then. That's pretty cool then. But and I only remember the Panther statues because we walked right past it and getting to where we had to. But yeah, so I mean, there's some cool things at Bank of America Stadium. I just like. And it's really hard. It's really hard for me not to compare a football stadium to a baseball stadium because we talked about it before. Baseball stadiums are known for their views, so like, I don't know. Like, to me, Bank of America Stadium doesn't really have a whole lot inside the stadium that really kind of jumps out at me. So when it comes to aesthetic, I'm like, it's decent. So. Yeah. That's just my thoughts. I'm sure as a Panther fan, you might have a whole lot more to say.
Yeah, it's hard for me to not let my Homer bias
home away
come into this, but it's I love the stadium just cause it's like my own. It's, even if I'm not going to game, I get excited. Like if I'm just going through Charlotte and on 77, gotta get to go drive past it and see it from the highway. It's
that's a fair point.
It's not the biggest stadium. It's not a dome, which I mean it might. I don't know that might keep it from getting a Super Bowl or a big WrestleMania or something like that. But because I don't know, I feel like they always want these huge domes like Jerry World or the Mercedes-Benz in New Orleans or something like that.
Yeah, I would love for something big like that to come through here. But
I just don't see it happening anytime soon, at least.
Especially the Super Bowl.
But I was when the new owner took over, I was worried about him wanting to build a new stadium like in South Carolina or something. But he didn't, and he actually did some upgrades and some renovations to it. So I'm glad that he's staying in downtown Charlotte for a while. I'll say the turf was a result of getting the soccer team to play at the same stadium. So I think that was the reason they did that. So it looks good. I just hope it doesn't affect injuries, because that is one thing.
That's the thing with turf, is you never know how it's going to act.
I know McCaffrey. He was one. He was kind of hesitant on. He did not too excited about it, but I mean, there's not much you can do about it.
There's also a man that is coming back from some kind of leg injury or something like that. So I mean, when you think turf, you think leg injuries or stuff like that. So I mean,
the one benefit of it over grass is the weather. As it starts raining, you're not going to get this sloppy and sliding around.
Not going to turn into mush.
Yeah, like on grass. So that's the benefit, I guess. But it looked good. I love the colors of it. The blue, the Panther. I call it Panther blue. I guess Carolina blue, and the black. So the seats, blue seats and stuff. Yeah. They got the two video boards on each end of it. The Ring of Honor around it. So with all the players' names, Steve Smith, Sam Mills. I don't know who all's up there. Those are the two big ones that I cut off the top of my head. And you're right. Like, compared to baseball, baseball's known for their uniqueness of their stadiums.
Yeah.
So the different shapes and dimensions and whatnot. There's no standard. Football fields, 100-yard fields. It's the same, which is fine. But you know what you're going to get with a football stadium. It's a bowl or a dome, a circle, giant oval.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. It's really hard for me to, I was trying very hard not to, compare the two.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, granted, there's some features in different stadiums. I haven't been to any other pro stadium, so, I know the Bucks have their pirate ship, and the Jags have their swimming pool that you can, up there, I think, that you can watch a game from. But, hopefully we'll get to talk about those one day.
Yeah.
But as far as the view, there's two prominent buildings that you can see, that just skyscrapers that you can see. And they're cool looking buildings. I know, I don't know what buildings they are, but I know one of them. I was at a game a few years ago. It was a night game, and they actually had the lights on the building match, they were moving and stuff, kind of to go what was going on in the stadium. So that was really cool.
I think that same building had the blue lights out when we were leaving.
Yeah, so it's really cool that they do that. But those are really the only skyline, or how I would love my city views from my baseball parks. So.
Oh, no doubt. So do I.
So, but yeah, I mean that's really it. I mean nothing. No really defining features, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how I feel. Yeah. It's not a bad looking stadium whatsoever. No. I mean, it looks nice inside. It's just there's not a whole lot that stands out. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm trying to look up seating capacity. Just because we did that for the Dash Stadium.
That's right, we
for
did.
Truist.
Sorry.
So, a few facts. Let's see. So it's official, according to Wikipedia. So
unofficially official.
Unofficially official. Just not quite 75,000 seats.
Okay. That probably sounds about right then.
And so it was open in '96 as Ericsson Stadium, because that team, they were formed in '95.
Yeah.
So they played their first season at I think at Clemson actually. So yeah,
You probably know that more than I don't.
I want to say they played at Clemson.
Okay.
Before the stadium's open, and then changed to Bank of America in '04. And I'm trying to see. I don't know when they went under. Oh, it was renovated last. The big renovation was in 2019, and then the only thing really last year was the soccer upgrades.
Gotcha.
So the
Okay.
locker rooms and turf and stuff. So yeah, that's a few facts on that.
Yeah.
But are you ready to give your score for the aesthetic?
I think so. Are you?
Sure. I'll be ready whenever you get to me.
Okay. Well, I guess for aesthetic at Bank of America Stadium, I'm gonna give it like a 6.
Okay.
I feel like that's a fair enough score because are you keeping track of score this go around? Are you?
Oh well, I was gonna put mine in, but I can do both if you want.
Oh, I have it pulled up right here. That's why.
Oh, okay, go for it.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the 6 because I feel like that's a fair score for a stadium that looks pretty nice. I mean, it looks nice. I don't want any people thinking that I don't think it looks nice. It's just there's not much to me that stands out.
Right.
Other than the big old Panthers out front, and then you said the Sam Mills statues and whatnot are out front. So those are kind of cool. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with a solid 6 for aesthetic. Your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 7.
You go with the 7,
and that extra point is probably just
your homerism.
My homer bias, which I think it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. So
that's okay.
I'm sure if we ever do the Washington,
FedEx.
Yours would probably.
I don't know.
Well,
I hate FedEx Field, so I can't necessarily promise that. But okay.
Well, maybe. But anyway, yeah. So 7. It's not like I'm giving it like a 9 or anything.
I get it. I just like give you a hard time about it. So
it's 7. So.
Yeah. All right.
So what is next?
Next, I guess we'll go with the atmosphere.
So atmosphere. It's not game day atmosphere because we're in the game, but I thought the overall atmosphere was fantastic.
Atmosphere
once we got in there, it was fantastic. So
yeah, let's talk about actually getting inside of Bank of America Stadium for a minute, please.
So I absolutely hate their parking situation. So I don't know if this goes into atmosphere. I don't know where else to put it. But
I feel like, like we were talking before, like I think parking is a good thing for atmosphere because like it is. Well, like I said, it really doesn't go anywhere else. Yeah. But like, I feel like it is part. It would any other moment for like game days, it would be part of the game day atmosphere. Because, so I feel like you just might as well include it with this.
So, I realize we didn't talk about parking on the last one.
Yes,
true, but there was no issues with parking on the last one. I'll go ahead and say that.
It's very very cheap, and
you
pull right up to the front to park. So
yeah, but
this we did not.
I've always hated the parking situation for Bank of America Stadium because
it's horrible.
There is none. They have no, probably unless you have an expensive season ticket pass or something. There's no dedicated parking lot because that's it's in the middle of a huge city. So, which I don't know.
Tear a couple buildings down, get some parking.
Yeah, I don't know if like Chicago or like New York or anything, do they have parking lots? I feel like they do, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
It's the only place you can find a park is like these other side lots that people are running, and they're going to be at least 20 normal game day. For this one I bought my parking for a parking deck ahead of time.
Yeah.
But I didn't take into account the location to the stadium, so traffic was awful. Like getting there, and then closed streets that you couldn't go down, that you needed to go down, and it was just terrible. Like, so I would definitely recommend, if you have the time, to find a park and ride the I think it's called the Blue Line, the light rail.
Yeah.
It's like between $5 and $10. You park there. Just ride it. It'll drop you right there, like a short walk from the stadium. Then after the game, just get on, go back to your car.
I always love cities and stadiums that you can just take a light rail right up to it.
Yeah,
and not have to worry about parking.
Yeah, I didn't do that this time because I knew we were already probably going to be running a little late, and I didn't know where the best station to get to park at was from where we were coming from, and but anyway, so that's my gripe. That's my biggest gripe.
I think that was the biggest gripe of the whole night, because that was horrible.
So now to the good stuff. Once we got into the stadium, we missed the entertainment at the beginning, which I wish we could have seen it, but it's fine. We got to see the majority of the practice. So what Fan Fest is, they do basically a practice in front of fans. So you get to see the quarterbacks doing, throwing, wide receivers doing their drills, line, whatever. So I got to see Sam Darnold for the first time throw, and he looked pretty good for, what this was.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what we're talking. We're not talking about how the team looked, but music going on constantly. Fans were dancing, singing along. I think me and Nick got up dancing a little bit,
well, as well as two white boys can dance.
Yeah. But they had a DJ there at one point. They showed him up on the video board, so that was cool. The name implies Fan Fest. It's for the fans, so they were doing a lot to try to get us into it.
Yeah,
so
and
they did a good job of that.
All the fans were reacting positively to it too. It was nice to see just people out there enjoying themselves just around football. So,
and then I can't fault this in the game atmosphere, but it did start raining. Like, it started drizzling after the during the end of practice, and then once they got where they were doing the fireworks and the laser light show, it was pouring down rain.
Yeah, we got a little soaked.
Normally, I would have left once started doing that, but after sitting through the traffic and getting there late, I'm like, I want to at least get my, not money's worth because it was free, but like my time worth,
Yeah, because we live in Winston, so it took us a good hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes to get down there fighting traffic. So we definitely wanted to get our time's worth being down there. And I will say that even though it was raining, the hype team that they had there did a phenomenal job just keeping all the fans just ready and just excited for everything about to happen.
Yeah, it didn't slow them down at all.
Usually when stuff like, when it does start raining, that's, you see that lull and excitement and stuff like that. No, the hype team and Sir Purr and
Sir Purr.
Everybody was just super excited to just be there and have enjoyment out of the fireworks and laser light show and everything. So
Sir Purr was because he hit the button to quote unquote start the fireworks, but we were looking for him and he was up on the top of the video board and zip lined.
Shawn Michaels style.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels style down and got lowered into the field. So that was really cool. That was
pretty fun, yeah.
And but my highlight of the whole night, so it was seeing Steve Smith.
He was in the broadcast booth.
He got a standing ovation. He's my favorite player all time.
That's okay. I feel like he's most Panther player, or most Panther fans' favorite player. So,
so him being in the building and was just awesome.
It was, but I agree. This is probably gonna be my highest, other than the parking. This like the whole atmosphere throughout the whole night was just ecstatic. Like it was electric. That's what I was trying to say. And it just felt like football.
Yeah.
Like I told you that I wish an actual game was going on, because I was like, man, I'm hyped for some football. I want to see some actual game being played.
Yeah.
Like it felt like there could have been an actual game being played there that night. So
yeah.
But I enjoyed being around all the fans, just up on their feet, just enjoying themselves all night.
Yeah,
like it was phenomenal.
And too, it probably helped that. Well, I hate that they didn't have Fan Fest last year because of COVID. So people to be able to come and do it again this year, probably made it that much more exciting.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and too, I don't think either one of us mentioned it, but they gave out the light up sticks. Yep. And man, as soon as they cut them the lights off in the stadium, like they counted down for the fireworks, and they shut the whole lights off, and everybody had the light up sticks just going crazy, and it like you had to be there to see that visual.
Yeah.
Like the visual was absolutely it was amazing to see. So that was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah.
But
so, do you have anything else to add for that?
No,
I think
just
we pretty much covered it.
No, just I just want to let everybody know how much I actually enjoyed.
Oh yeah,
being there and being around, just people enjoying being around football.
If you live around the Charlotte area, or especially, and you're a Panthers fan, especially a Panthers fan, even if you're not, Nick's not even. Well, I mean, he's a Redskins fan.
You can't say that.
Washington football team fan, and then
we're being canceled now.
our friend from work, he's a Cleveland Browns fan. He went with us. He had a great time too.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend it to go to at some point. If you do buy tickets, they're $5.
I was about to say. I thought you said it was about $5.
Yeah.
So
it's
very very affordable.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend going.
Just try to get there as early as you can.
Definitely.
So
I guess I'm up first for my score.
Yes, sir. What you gonna give it?
I'm gonna go with.
I know you got to take the parking situation into consideration, but
I'm trying to think how much that knocks off. Like, is it a full point or is it a whole point? Is it a half point or a full point?
That's okay. I've been sitting here thinking the same thing.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say an 8.
You're saying 8?
I know that seems high, but
no, I don't think that sounds high at all.
It would have been probably half a point higher if not for the parking, and it probably would have been a full point higher if it was a game.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
So, and really games may not even have that electric atmosphere, but I'm saying if that same atmosphere at a game probably would have been higher,
no,
if that makes sense.
I know what you meant. You said an 8 was high, so you're probably gonna think mine's a little high. I'm going 8.5.
Yeah,
8.5.
I thought about it 8.5.
Like
but I can't change it now.
I thought about going up. I actually thought about going a little bit higher, but I'm like the parking just kind of drove me a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Because we were already running late, so we were all three of us were ready to get into the stadium, and it's like, well, now we got to sit here and fight a crap load of traffic and the stupidest road closures and stuff like that, and it was like, so that is kind of keeps me from rating it just a little bit higher. But I still feel like for a fan fest, an 8.5 is a pretty big number.
Oh yeah, so. absolutely. So, I almost gave it an 8.5, but I can't change it now. So
nope, can't change it. Sorry, it's in the books.
Yeah.
I guess the next one would be food.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to start with that one?
Go for it.
All right, so I will say this about the food. We were walking through the stadium, like trying to get to our seats and everything, and walk by the concession stand, and the cheeseburgers smelled absolutely delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I'm excited just thinking about it a little bit, because man, those the best smelling cheeseburger I had in my life. So I think, and all three of us that went we had the same reaction to the cheeseburgers. We're like, oh my gracious, that smell is really, really good. So that's what all three of us decided to go with. And the food was good. The price was not.
No.
All right.
Which we all know stadium food is going to be higher than normal.
Yeah, and I mean, this is an NFL stadium doing NFL prices.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we know it's going to be a little pricey. It's just kind of ridiculous how pricey it actually was, because you had to buy. First off, you had to buy everything separately, which
no combos, which would have helped.
Yeah. So I think the cheeseburger was what, 11.
It was 10 or 11. It was a double cheeseburger, so it was that, but still,
Yeah, $11 for just a cheeseburger is very pricey.
Yeah.
And then the French fries were like $6, and then the drink was $5 or $6, something like that too.
Which by itself, I would have been fine with that price for a drink, because it's a souvenir, refillable souvenir cup.
Yeah. Which I'll get into. So, I think for just my food, it was like $25.
Yep.
And I'm like, I think I had to pick my jaw off the floor a little bit. But I will say this: the cheeseburger was delicious.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, I wish they would have added a little bit more, because the only thing they put on it is lettuce and tomato. I could have used some pickles
or onion.
Or you like onion? I don't like onion. See, that's why I said pickles. But other than that, like it was good. I will admit, like it was a really good cheeseburger.
Yeah, very much so.
The French fries were crispy, but I was not a big fan of the flavor of the fries, so I'm like, eh. And then like you said, the drink. Yeah, I mean you're paying $6 for a drink, but unlike some other stadiums, you could get refills, which is definitely a nice touch. I mean, I don't think I got a refill.
We didn't, because we didn't we didn't want to leave our seats, and it was started pouring down rain, so that affected it too.
Yeah, so I didn't get a refill, but I mean that's always a nice touch. Like I wish more stadiums, I wish more venues and stuff like that would implement refillable cups. I really do. So yeah, I will say that the refillable cup was a nice touch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean the same thing. The burger was delicious. Just $25 for what I could have got from McDonald's. For granted, it's a McDonald's burger, but still.
Yeah. Okay, got 3 of them
for like, less than $10.
Yeah.
The fries, I really like the fries.
I wish I would have liked the fries a little bit more. Well, too, like I think I was very disappointed in the size of the fries too. Like it looked like a small fry from like Wendy's or something like that. So,
but I guess it's to be expected. I know it's like I said. I know they were going to be more expensive, but $25 for that was ridiculous in my opinion. So I don't know what other food. I know they had a Domino's pizza somewhere.
Yeah.
They got Bojangles chicken strips. I've had those in the past. I don't remember how much they cost.
I'm sure they're probably expensive too.
Yeah. I saw bratwurst.
Yeah, they had bratwurst. I'm pretty sure they had some kind of Carolina hot dog or something like that at the concession stand too. And then some popcorn and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
so.
Your typical stadium fare nachos and stuff.
Yeah.
I did see you can order from your seat on the Panthers mobile app.
Yeah, we didn't try that, but that's a nice touch.
Yeah, so I think they don't bring it to your seat. You order it and then you pick it up outside of a certain section.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So I mean that'd be worth trying at some point.
Yeah, no doubt. Skip the line.
Yeah. That's right. I know a lot of people drink it. Alcohol. Take part in alcoholic beverages at these sporting events. I mean, I do some occasionally, but I don't. I didn't this time, so I can't really comment on selection or whatnot. I mean,
that'd be all you, buddy.
I know, but or prices. I know they're probably like $5 or $6, probably more than that for like them aluminum Bud Lights.
Yeah, I don't even think about it.
But I'm sure that's typical anywhere.
Yeah, but
So you got a score for the food?
I do. I think I got my score. For the food, I think I'm going to go a 7.5, 7.5, because the food was good, but the price just killed me.
How much did the price take off?
Quite a bit.
Okay, so you're looking at like a 9, if not. For
it might have been 8.5, another 8.5. But I'm like, I still like the price just throws me off so much. So I feel like a 7.5. Like the food was good. I like the cheeseburger was delicious, right? And then having a refillable cup, even though I didn't use it, that's still something nice to know for anything, like whenever you go.
Yeah.
So those two things are good. It's just the price and the size of the fries is like, eh.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel like a 7.5 is fair.
See, I'll tell you, I don't think about my scores before. I would like to do them right off the cuff here.
But you act like I had these scores.
I know. No, I know you didn't. You know you didn't. I'm gonna say 7.5 is fair.
You give it 7.5 too.
Same. I know it's kind of copying you, but like, I feel the same. The price is the real killer there.
It is very much so. It takes off about as much as the parking situation and the atmosphere does for.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess the only other one left is the surrounding neighborhood, surrounding area for the stadium, and that's all you.
Yeah. So we didn't, this Friday night we didn't get to do any exploring or anything, But I mean, I've been to Charlotte quite a few times. One of my good friends lives in Charlotte. Well, he outside of Charlotte, but so there's a ton of places to eat. There's a ton of bars down there. Like, so if you wanted to do something after a game or an event, there's plenty to do. I'm sure there's. It's not really my thing, but I'm sure there's clubs. Yeah. What have you?
Big city like Charlotte, I'm pretty sure you probably find anything that you want
like
to do.
Charlotte is is it the biggest city, or is Raleigh bigger?
Yeah, I don't think it's the biggest city. I think it's the fastest growing city right now
in the state. Okay, yeah, so. If it's not bigger than Raleigh, which is the capital, it's then it's close.
It's getting there. I'm sure.
So, so there's tons of stuff to do, as you'd expect. I don't know the specifics of it. Yeah,
I haven't been to Charlotte enough to like completely know what's around.
Yeah, and I know, if you did decide to Uber to the game or take the light rail in, then there's plenty of stuff in walking distance to do after too. So, and they got those scooters that are in every city now that you can ride around too.
Yeah, a couple of us were tempted to just hop out the car and take a scooter down to the stadium.
Yeah,
I will say that I actually didn't. I mean, I knew that it was fairly close, but I actually didn't realize just how close the Charlotte Knights Stadium was to the football stadium. Like
right down the block.
It's almost. I'm about to say they're within walking distance of each other. So I actually didn't realize that they were that close. So that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I just worry going to one of those games. Parking is just as much a nightmare as it is for going to the Panthers. But we'll figure that out when we ever actually go to a Knights game.
I mean, I don't really have much more to say about.
Yeah, I don't
surrounding area.
Like I've never like fully explored Charlotte, so I don't really. I mean, like you said, it's a big city, so you would think that there's quite a bit around the stadium. So
yeah, definitely more to do than Winston-Salem.
Yeah. Well, Winston-Salem's also not nearly as big.
No.
So, but okay. What would you give your score to the surrounding area to Bank of America Stadium?
I'm trying to remember what I gave Winston for the last one.
Don't remember.
I'll go I'll go. Do an 8.
8. Okay. All right. I think that I'm going to give it. Then we go 7.5 on this one too.
Okay.
So, like I said, I mean, in future installments,
Mm-hmm.
when we might actually have time to like explore around Charlotte a little bit, going down there, it might go up. But you know, for now, I feel like a 7.5 is a fair score.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, let's do. Just want to pull up a calculator real quick, and I give you the scores, and we can do it. Get a little bit of math going on in here. A little bit of math.
All right. What you got?
All right, so for me, it was a 6, 8.5, 7.5, and a 7.5. What you got?
That'd be a 7.375 average for you.
So we're gonna go 7.4.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll go 7.4. All right, and then you were a 7, an 8, 7.5, and an 8.
7.625.
Nice. Okay. 7.6. All right, and then 7.4 plus 7.6 divided by 2.
7.5.
Exactly. How did we do that? So, averaged out our review for the Carolina Panthers Fan Fest is a 7.5 out of 10. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's fair. You know, I think actual game would maybe have it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
I think maybe not. Maybe if we decided to ride the train, it would make it a little bit higher.
Yeah, wouldn't be quite as frustrated with the parking.
Yeah. You know, maybe if once we try, you know, some more of the food options or something, it might change it. But you know, I'd say it's fair.
I feel like a 7.5 for a fan fest is more than fair.
Yeah,
because like we talked about, like it's not a game, so I mean you're not gonna get that full game day atmosphere. So I mean, yeah, 7.5 seems very fair to me.
Yep. All right. So, is our overall standings? We don't have any other like football stadiums to compare it to, but our overall, this clearly puts it number 1.
Yeah. So, for our overall, it is Bank of America Stadium, parentheses Panthers Fan Fest at a 7.5, and then it would be the Carolina Disco Turkeys at a. It was a 5.2. 5.2. So that is, you know, we kind of forgot to do the quote-unquote standings first episode. So
it's easy to remember right now. There's 2, but once we get like...
You might make one of your...
5 or 10.
Might need to make one of your patented spreadsheets.
Oh, yes.
So, but, yeah, for now, the Panthers Fan Fest at Bank of America is our clear-cut number 1.
Yep.
So... And I mean, when we actually go to a Panthers game, like you said, that score might be higher for Bank of America when you actually get game day.
Yeah.
You know, everything. So we'll see.
So anything we need to plug before we get out of here?
Just a reminder that we are doing the fantasy football league this year. It's going to be up on our Facebook, and it's going to be up on our Twitter and Instagram. It actually might be up on Facebook right now. So, you know, hopefully by the time you guys hear this, you know, there'll still be some spots open. Now, I will say I don't necessarily want to go more than 12 teams because I feel like it might water down like the talent. But if there is an overwhelming number of people that want to play, then I might be willing to add some more teams, and you know, as long as you're okay with that.
Yeah, I don't really want to go more than 12 because I've played in 8. I've played in 10 and 12.
Yeah.
And 12 seems to be the most popular number, but because once you get more than that, you're getting like you're having to deal with because like quarterbacks to have if everybody has a backup quarterback, you're getting into 24 quarterbacks being on teams.
I know.
So
you're also getting Joe Blow, that's fourth string wide receiver for the New York Jets on your team, and then it's
so any more than 12, so 14, you're gonna have. Then there's not.
Well, I will. Well, that's why I said an overwhelming sense of people wanting to play.
Yeah.
So if there's because I mean, you guys can let us know, I guess, if you haven't been able to get in, and if there's a bunch of people that want to play, then I might be willing to add a few more.
See, I would love it if we had overwhelming number of people. We could do 2 leagues.
That's true.
Not us in 2 leagues, but we could have a separate league playing. But I mean, this will be down the road maybe.
Yeah.
Or and if you do good in the farm league, you can move yourself up to the Premier League, get some promotion and relegation in here.
That'd be fun. But that's why I said, if there's an overwhelming number of people, then maybe look into maybe adding 2 more teams or something like that.
Yeah.
But this is you guys. We'll garner your interest and see if you want to play or not.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm going to post a link. It's already on Facebook, or should be on Facebook, on our group. So, hey, if you haven't joined our group, join our group.
Yeah, what are you waiting for? Come on.
Exactly. We've done this 3 episodes now. If you haven't joined, then you need to get your butt over there and join.
Yeah, and we need more interaction in there too. I know we post a good bit of stuff in there, but we want some just sports talk going on.
We want that page blowing up. So yes, and then I will put it on Twitter, and I'll put it on Instagram, and I'll even put it on TikTok and Snapchat and all the other good things too. But we'll get it out there. So I don't know. I can't foresee the future, so I don't know how fast these 6 spots are going to fill up. But that's all we got. So if you want to play, go ahead and join.
Yep.
Because we are playing for a prize this year. Like when you, and the rest of our group usually get together, we just play for free, just for fun and bragging rights. But this year we're actually going to be playing for fun, bragging rights, and a small little prize. So just keep that in mind. But the only thing is, I mentioned our social media. We're on Facebook, Cheering from the Cheap Seats. Just find our group, join it. Post we want to see any kind of memes or posts or any sports related stuff that you want to. We even post whenever we're at a game to let you guys know, hey, look for this review down the road because we're at this game right now. So I mean we want you guys to get involved. And then for Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and what's the other one I said? Snapchat. It's Cheer Cheap Seats. That is all our names for that one. And then one other thing that we recently started doing is we're on Twitch now. We do a little bit of Twitch and YouTube because I've started streaming through both of them. But that's Cheer Cheap Seats, and what we've actually been doing is doing some live streaming of sports games and stuff like that. So that's been fun. We don't. I wish I had more time to do that more often. But
we don't have a set schedule like these professional streamers do or nothing. But just whenever we feel like we got some time, sometimes Nick will be on there playing. I haven't done it yet, but there might be times that I'll get on there and play.
We gotta get you figured out so you can jump on there and play a little bit too.
I would be more, probably more on PS4, newer games. I know you got a PS4, but you've been doing more of the old school.
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of All-Star Baseball 2004. So I mean, I have my PS2 hooked up straight to it right now and just playing. I enjoy going through them old games. So.
And then, of course, once we get a better, more of the technical stuff worked out, we'll get more us playing together.
No doubt. That's what I want.
We tried a few days ago, and it is, the lagging was just it started.
Because my wife's laptop is like
I
10 years old, so I'm sure that it was not enjoying trying to keep up with what we were doing.
Yeah, mine's done the same thing. So I don't know. But we'll get that figured out.
Yeah, no doubt. But so yeah, I mean, all those are one of those. Just we would enjoy, you guys just joining us and just, we like to have fun. We like to have fun. We like to talk sports. That's what we're here for. So, join us. I would love for you guys to join us in all of our social media accounts. But just come out and have some fun.
Yeah, and sorry this episode's gone a little long, but we try it. We shoot for an hour, we get an hour and a half. What can you do? But hopefully y'all have made it to this far. But go be sure to subscribe on wherever you listen to your podcast. If you got iPhone users, go to Apple. Anybody else, Spotify, Google Podcasts. I don't think we're actually on Stitcher because Anchor doesn't use Stitcher anymore. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so
well,
if you're using Stitcher, I'm sorry. We're on all the other places.
Well, and then the ones not associated, I think we are on Amazon Music too.
Oh yeah.
And iHeartRadio and TuneIn.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, all those you can get through your Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, shoot, just ask her to play. Like if you're in the kitchen doing dishes, just turn us on and give us a listen for a little while.
Yeah, and if your platform allows reviews, which is the only one I know of that does is Apple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Apple's the only one.
Just be sure to give us a 5-star rating and and a review.
Superstar.
Say something. That goes a long way to help us.
It does very much.
But I think that's all I got. So.
That's all I got too. Well, guys, really appreciate you listening, and until next time, keep cheering.
See ya.